Jai Hind children. Today we'll be starting with module 1 of the chapter Our Changing Earth, and in this chapter the basic learning objective will be what are the basic forces according to which the earth's shape changes, what are the various factors behind it. We will also come to know a detailed study about volcano, earthquakes, what are the various features which are formed on the river and so on. So let us begin. So this is the picture of the inside of the earth. We have already dealt with this in the previous chapter that the earth is composed of basically three parts. First, mantle, crust and core. These are the various structures which we find on the earth's surface: mountains, volcano, mushroom rock, sand dunes, delta, arches and so on. Dear children, as we know that the lithosphere is broken into a number of plates, which are also known as the lithospheric plates. And these plates, they slowly move almost a few millimeters each year. Now, the next question is, why do they move? This moves because of the movement of the molten magma which is there inside the earth. So, the earth is moving slowly, and this is all because of the molten magma inside the earth. So, when the plates move, they change or they cause or change on the surface of the earth. So they are divided basically on two types of forces. The first force is endogenic force and the second one is exogenic force. There are two factors. First is endogenic force and exogenic force. Because of these two factors, there are changes in the earth's surface. Endogenic, basically the name tells you that something is happening inside the earth, and exogenic means changes which are happening outside the earth. So let us study in detail. The first topic is endogenic force. Now, endogenic force is the force which is that happening inside the interior of the earth, and these endogenic forces, they cause sudden movement and also sometimes they cause very slow movement. Sudden movement, when it happens, it causes earthquake. Okay, like then volcanoes erupt and so on. And these things lead to a mass destruction on the surface of the earth. See, it is written endogenic forces. It refers to the forces that occur beneath the earth. Deep inside the earth's surface, there is a lot of heat. This heat is transferred upward towards the mantle, causing it to slowly circulate. This movement of the hot lava applies force on the lithospheric plates, and these plates keep shifting this at a very slow speed of few millimeters a year in different directions. The movement of these plates is also called as plate tectonics or tectonic activity. Now, there are 20 lithospheric plates. This is general information. There are 20 lithospheric plates of different sizes, and they are commonly also known as the tectonic plates. Because of the endogenic forces, sudden movement, earthquake, tsunami, volcano, they occur on the Earth's landscape or the surface. This I have already told you. The earthquake crust is cracked, and the pieces of the earth they are formed by the cracks of the tectonic plates, and as they are moving, this helps to form various structures. Now let us study what is an earthquake. An earthquake, as we all know, is a sudden tremor or a movement on the earth's crust, which originates naturally from below the surface of the earth. We all have experienced earthquakes sometimes or the other when the earth suddenly moves, and if the degree is above 5, on the Richter scale, it causes mass destruction. Now, two, three things here we have to remember. First, what is focus? Second, what is epicenter? So, let us study in detail. Earth's surface is subject to endogenic forces which happen beneath the Earth's surface. A sudden movement of these tectonic plates, they trigger an earthquake, and a seismograph or a seismometer is used to record the Earth's movement. This is just the general information. Now we will be dealing with what is the focus and the epicenter. Now focus is the place on the crust where the movement starts. Okay, focus is the point or place on the earth where this movement starts or the sudden movement starts. And the epicenter is the place on the surface just above the focus. Once again, I tell you, epicenter is the place on the surface above the focus, which is called as the epicenter. Again, vibrations or the movements normally start from the epicenter. Always the movements they start from the epicenter. Okay, and waves, it normally happens that wherever the epicenter is there, there is maximum damage, and if you move away from the epicenter, damage becomes less. So the strength and the magnitude of an earthquake is measured on the Richter scale. Earthquake whose measurement is above 7 on the Richter scale causes the maximum damage. Earthquakes are now measured using the moment magnitude scale. This is a general information. This measures the size of the seismic waves during the earthquake. Okay. The next feature which we will study is tsunami. Now, when the epicenter of the earthquake is on the surface of the seabed, it causes huge or big tidal waves which have a devastating effect on the seashore. We have seen it had happened a few years back in India also. Such a phenomenon is called as tsunami. This is the picture how the water gets displayed when there is a plate movement, a lithospheric plate movement, and then there is epicenter and the waves started to form and it destroys the shore. The next thing which we'll be dealing is volcano. Volcano is basically an opening or a rupture on the planet's surface which allows the hot molten or gases to escape from the surface of the earth. We will be dealing further in detail about volcano in the next module. Thank you.